phrases that every tourist needs to know in France. If you're planning a trip to France, knowing some simple phrases can help you make this experience much more enjoyable. In this video, I'm going to share with you some essential phrases that will help you communicate easily when you travel in France. Phrase number 1, bonjour. The first and most important word you should know is bonjour. When entering a shop or even speaking to someone in the street, you should always start with bonjour. If you don't say bonjour, it can actually feel a little rude to the person you're talking to. But on the other hand, simply saying bonjour can actually create a positive interaction and even win you some friendliness. So when you walk into a small store, a bakery, or even when you approach someone in the street, instead of "Excuse me, do you speak English?" you can say "Bonjour, excusez-moi, parlez-vous anglais?" Instead of phrase number 2, excusez-moi. Excusez-moi, excuse me. So this is also a very polite way to approach someone when you want to ask a question. Excusez-moi. Phrase number 3. Je voudrais. Je voudrais is the polite way to ask for something. At the restaurant, you would say, Je voudrais un café, s'il vous plaît. And at the train station, you would say, Je voudrais un billet pour Paris, s'il vous plaît. This is much more polite than je veux. Phrase number 4. Combien ça coûte? This is something you can use when you want to ask for the price of something. It means how much does it cost? Combien ça coûte? Excusez-moi, combien ça coûte? Very useful. Phrase number 5. Où sont les toilettes? That's very useful for tourists. But you should know that in France, it's much more difficult to find public restrooms than in the US. In supermarkets or little stores, forget about it. It's almost impossible. You cannot just walk in a cafe or a restaurant and just use their restroom. They will not let you do it unless you order something. So the useful phrase is Où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît? Phrase number 6. Parlez-vous anglais? So many French people, especially in larger cities, speak English, but it's always polite to ask first and don't start speaking English right away. Starting with like a simple phrase in French and then switching to English is much better. Start. Phrase number 7. Merci beaucoup. You can thank someone with saying merci, of course, but saying merci beaucoup is even nicer. Merci beaucoup. Phrase number 8. C'est où? Where is? So French people often say c'est où instead of the more formal phrase où est, where is. So for example, c'est où la gare? C'est où le parc? C'est où? Phrase number 9. Je ne comprends pas. So if someone speaks too fast and you want them to repeat, or you want them to let them know that you don't understand, you can say, je ne comprends pas. I don't understand. You can even add, pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? Could you repeat, please? Je ne comprends pas. Pouvez-vous répéter, s'il vous plaît? And phrase number 10. C'est parfait. That's perfect. Great. French people say c'est parfait all the time in everyday situations. For example, at a café, the server, the waiter might say, un café? And you will answer, c'est parfait. That's great. C'est parfait. You don't need to speak perfect French to enjoy your trip. Even using a few of these phrases can make your experience much more enjoyable. I hope it helped. Bye bye. Au revoir mes amis.